Hey everyone, good evening. You guys ready to nail that perfect flare? Well, I don't know if you have the Fenix A321 or not, but it definitely flares much different than either the 320 and definitely the 319. Ooh, look at that 787 with a crooked nose wheel. Look at that. Trying to go down. There we go. We got it. Anyways, swirled. The 321, if you are landing this thing, it has a really soft flare that you got to do. And if you're used to flying the 737s, they feel like you have to yank the yoke all the way back to your chest just to get that thing to have a landing rate under 200. 321, on the other hand, at least in PMDG's world, it really likes to float. So I tried something earlier where I pulled the throttles back at 40 feet on the call out and gave it about, I was aiming for 5 degrees. Didn't quite make it that far. I felt like it started to pull up a little too far. So we might back it down to 3.5, 4. Seemed to be where I kind of settled. And then towards the end of the flare, it kind of floated a little bit, but it was a nice soft negative. I think it was negative 96 feet per minute. So a little too soft, but I think if I were to not have, continued pulling back and continued bringing the nose up, it would actually have been a pretty good flare. So anyways, we're going to discuss that. We've got a little bit of a crowd tonight, see what everybody's favorite techniques are. And this will be a great opportunity for you virtual pilots. If you have any questions about flare technique, we can discuss it. So I think tonight's topic is going to be flare techniques. What do you think about that? What do you guys think about, we have these cruise times. They range anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes, usually on a stream night. If we started, instead of just having a destination from A to B, we have a flight and a chat about some sort of a topic. Kind of a podcast style. I think that'd be kind of fun. People can do a little bit of research beforehand, have some good talking points. We could just talk about a particular product, anything. So let me know what you guys think. Throw that down in the comment, and we'll start brainstorming a little bit on that. I think that would be something fun for the channel to do, because we do have some interesting conversations, especially about aliens. Anyways, don't forget to check out the description below. To hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and browse the links for more of my gear setup. Let's go ahead and get flying here, and hopefully figure out how to perfect that flare together. Got a beautiful flight lined up, so let's get going without any further ado. Okay, I'm back.
You missed all the fun.
Oh no, what'd I miss?
Talking about the good old days.
The good old days.
Start us up a senior citizen's YouTube channel.
I'm gonna go visit Ken in Georgia, and we're gonna have 2 old guys on YouTube.
Oh,
Spend the day with us.
I will drive down there for that. I will be the one who videos the whole thing.
Main Street. You'd be the cameraman. Yeah.
I'll bring the cameraman. I will bring the good audio setup. I got you covered. Don't worry.
I got the best sign for it all. 2 old farts in a stream.
Crap out the first video. We'd be over, Ron.
2 old farts in a sim.
Yeah, right. It might go over. We might need to think about that.
How about a classic? How about renewing a classic? Grumpy Old Men.
Easy, Eddie. They're grumpy.
Yeah,
be careful.
Yeah, Ron fits that
I know they're not.
I mean,
perfectly.
I'm almost at my midlife crisis, and I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck all this new generation.
Watch the language. We're on stream.
Sorry.
That was our one. Nobody else cuss.
Oh, you only get one?
I don't know.
How it works now?
We'll
joking.
call it Grumpy Old Man and his friend. Ron being the grumpy old man.
All right. So we got the APU started. So the one thing I was talking about during the intro there was having a topic of discussion for our cruises, kind of like a podcast almost. So
Questions and answers?
That means we can't cut up.
no, that means we can cut up more. Think Joe Rogan style would be even better. So
I like that.
So tonight I am going to talk about the flare, and I'm going to ask you guys what you do during your flare, if you have a preferred method. So the reason I'm stuck on it is because I've been
I break my gears.
going with the scientific method for trying to flare better with the 321 because it's been bugging me how much different it is than the others.
Now, Michael, you're talking to grumpy old man here, so you're probably not going to like the answer.
That's okay.
Not to mention they got a hard of hearing, so you got to speak louder.
What?
It's good. Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a good thing they've got headphones that can turn the volume up.
Oh.
If we knew how to work them.
Good. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
So, if I remember it correctly, you just make sure the what's-it with the doodad is turned.
Yep. You got it. You're on it.
Wazoo.
Hey, Ron, you going to let them talk about us like that?
What are you gonna do? They're just jealous.
Wait a minute. Why are
He's
these
got to
ones-
get up first to do something.
It's
don't
not
know.
easy. It's not easy to get up to this age.
They're starting to tick me
It's
off.
not.
Oh boy, here we go.
They got a lot to learn.
Yeah, I give old people credit for just surviving that long.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, all right.
Hey,
I mean, look what's happening to me.
Old people.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
Hear that, Ron? You guys calling us old people.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
You're a dude dressed up as a dude, described as a dude, playing as another dude.
That's funny.
Why is it funny?
While
'Cause
being-
you ain't old?
No, because I haven't hit the grumpy age yet.
What?
Oh, that could happen at any age. You can stall at any angle of attack.
Where am I going? No, I gotta remember it's down here.
Oh, I
That's
follow
like
all the
7.
time, man. What are you talking about?
What airport y'all departing from?
We are in
Atlanta?
it's that old timers disease. It's San Diego.
Where the hell are we?
Where's the bus, Martha?
Where?
Oh
Hey,
boy,
Michael's got it.
what have we started?
That was in F Troop. That show F Troop. And the,
You think an A380 will get out of San Diego?
the Indians were called the Hekawis. They were lost, and they kept saying, "Where the heck are we?"
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about F Troop. What are you
I
talking about,
know.
huh?
Where the heck are we?
Yeah.
Hey, Knock, you think an A380 will get out of San Diego?
Absolutely.
Would you find it? No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I might just share part of the left part of the runway, though.
The left part of the runway.
Yeah, I'll just- As I land on the left side of it, not the middle of it.
Hey, the only Harrison
I'll just-
Ford in our group is Eddie.
Yeah.
And he's licensed to do it, so.
If Dev were here,
Let's see.
he could explain the situation. But for some reason, he is MIA.
Yeah, he's probably wanted to fly his GA plane.
Yeah,
he
what the
ticked
heck?
him off. He ticked him off.
I was about to say, how annoyed would it be if we had swapped to a GA flight and he wasn't here to enjoy it with us?
Mm.
Like, what? Are you serious? Let's see. We're talking and I got out of my flow here. I need to go to flight plan. There we go. KSAN.
Yeah.
We
Don't
need to
miss
shut
any-
up if you get busy.
Padres.
Yeah. Don't miss any steps.
Oh, I'm probably missing something right now. What runway are you taking? 27. Padres to EHF. Insert. And then we are looking at 17 left. Suitor for Nure. Wait. 17 left. Okay, yeah. Suitor 4 and Nure. Insert. We must be done loading. I hear the gate moving. Dismiss. Let's go ahead and get our final weight from our load master here. Alright, 0 fuel weight. Let's go back to our inner page. 143.6. That's close enough. We'll leave it. We got 165 plus 3 packs. We've stuffed 3 in the back in the bathrooms. Go ahead and accept that. Performance page, I believe, is the only thing we need to do next. Got our arrival, departure, in it, and on 2 performance. I just smacked my microphone across the room. Yeah. I wish we had an option to bring the iPad down here. It'd be so nice. I am wishful that the that one feature would make it to every airliner in the sim.
What is that?
When the 777 has the iPad down in the center of the airplane when you're putting your performance numbers in. 44, 47, 47. See, everybody got quiet as soon as I told everybody to start focusing on their airplanes. Well, I didn't tell everybody. I just said I needed to focus.
It was a worthy reminder.
Yeah. Maybe,
We follow orders. All
right, guys, we're serious business here. Flying airplanes. Gotta make sure Ken's boss knows about that.
Correct.
All right, 44. Your boss, the one that always asks you if you're flying real airplanes or not. 44, 47,
Oh,
47.
you're talking about my wife. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of us says, y'all don't think that's real, do you?
Sometimes.
Absolutely.
I said, yeah.
I feel pretty smart around my friends until I start talking about Flight Simulator, and then they just look at me like I'm the biggest idiot in the world.
Yeah.
It takes one idiot to also know an idiot.
Yeah.
Just like it takes 2 to tango.
I always kind of
I've made
wonder.
my peace.
Yeah, I've made my peace with my YouTube channel because people, I'll be like, yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. People are always like, oh, what do you got? You know, expecting like my business YouTube channel where I'm talking about stock markets and I'm making millions of dollars showing my day trading or something. But now it's like, here, check out my simulator.
Yeah.
What?
You're
Yeah.
what?
Isn't this exciting?
This is amazing. Here, you want to see something cool? I made a Raspberry Pi connected to Flight Radar 24 and I feeds the airplane data to it. And they're like, what? Weather, that's what we're looking for. Weather, let's see here. VFR. Oh, I landed in Detroit earlier, had 3 miles visibility. It was actually a pretty good landing. Got to about 800 feet before I could see the ground, and it was a nice little foreshadow for the upcoming winter season that we're going to be enjoying. All right, let's see, 3001. I'll take a look at the departure here. The initial altitude is 15,000. 15,000. Get our VORs on. And let's do one final check of everything because I haven't been as observant as usual. Ground services, we can get rid of that, and that. Got the APU bleed on now. ADIRs are all good. Everything is off. Fire checks, this plane was handed to us. Everything's good there. And nav logo light can go on. Seatbelt lights can come on because we are full on fuel. And I think that takes care of the overhead. So down on the MCDU, we've got our flight plan in. A performance page has been filled out. Our init page has been filled out along with the second tab. We have gathered our winds. Yep. And we have our departure and arrival information, and we'll bring them back to the perf pad. Predictive wind shear. Go ahead and arm our spoilers. I don't know if that's allowed before you start or not, but we're gonna do it anyways. Radio is on, TARA and standby, and okay. So I think we're good. So let's flip the beacon on here and see if GSX will actually talk to us. I haven't been hearing it since I updated it. Usually our dude will come over here and start talking to us. So we are looking at runway 27, which is off to our left. So we need to do nose left.
Hello, Captain.
There he is.
For pushback.
Ready for pushback.
Yeah, I felt like a moron.
Do you have a story?
So oh yeah, you'll like this one.
Good.
So I thought I was paying for the
Departure checks completed.
Game Pass,
Bypass pin
so I was able to see everyone on Microsoft Flight Sim. So I thought I was doing that through my debit card. So to save money, I was not renewing a lot of things. And then I was like, you know, I never really saw the statements coming through on my debit.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Locking gear.
It was coming
never
through
good.
on my my credit card.
Y'all
So I
got
was like,
Kyle?
oh. So I'm just gonna renew that sun gun.
Is that Kyle I see in the house tonight?
It is Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh boy.
There you go, raising up. Am I still doing weird nose wheelies whenever GSX raises the front of the airplane up?
Doesn't look like it from my screen.
Cool. Oh, wait, you're actually flying?
Yep, I took the weekend off, so I came home for the weekend.
Ah! Where you at?
Right next to you. Take it over.
Go!
Dang it, if I could hit the right button.
That doesn't sound. Alright, so I'm at San Diego.
There he
but,
is. Look at that.
what?
I haven't seen that in a while. Well, I assume you're Kyle 1496?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, sir. I didn't realize you were actually flying with us. We've got a guest of honor in the house.
Boy.
Alrighty. What are these guys waiting on? Waiting on me?
Nah, do you see me in game yet?
Let me go nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
See Ron, Kyle,
Commencing push.
Danny, Vieira,
Clear. Start at will.
Pro Pilot, the Beast, Ken, Skytrex, Eddie. What's your gamer tag? Ghost?
Ghostbusters 080.
No. You are at
San Diego, yes.
San Diego? Okay. I know we were joking around about that earlier.
I'm over at parking 48 here.
I don't know what this is. There's nothing to
Niner.
indicate what it is. So wait, Kyle, did you come home just to fly?
It was a mix of that and just having a long weekend. I didn't want to stay stuck in my little barracks room all weekend.
Sure.
I mean, that does make a lot of sense.
Oh. Well, tell us stories that you're on. I can actually hear you this time. Last time it was really hard to understand what you were saying.
So I graduated, but I'm not like a commissioned officer yet. I still have to get medically cleared, which should be this week, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's another couple weeks down the line. I should be getting my orders and heading down to Florida.
Awesome. That's where you do flight training?
Correct.
Kyle, you want to give everybody a little snippet about what you're doing?
So a few months ago, actually, beginning of this year, I was actually looking for Air Force before, but then I found the Navy, and I applied after taking
Please set parking brakes.
the
Waiting your confirmation
the
for a
intro
good engine
test,
start.
and then I got selected for Naval Aviator, and then so I went to
We have a
Navy
good engine
OCS
start.
in
You
July.
can disconnect.
I graduated
Unlocking gear.
about 4 weeks ago now, and just waiting to be cleared medically, and then I head down to Pensacola for flight training, and then follow-on training after that.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No,
Appreciate
Goose, we can't buzz the tower.
As someone literally buzzes down the runway 7. Or 9. Sorry. Who was that? It was good timing. Out for blood. Okay, engine 1 and 2 is on. Ignition can go back to normal. APU bleed off. Master APU off.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, we are clear. Let's go up 0.4. Pull back.
We
Go forward.
heading down the runway, towards the runway.
I am doing a controls check. I had to do a full restart on my computer, so I want to make sure all this works. Everything does work. All right. Why are you? Oh. Homeboy hasn't waved at us yet. Now we're good. Take off config. It's good. All right. Taxi lights. So what are they gonna have you training in? That T, whatever it is.
Yeah, the T6.
T6.
2, yeah, so. Going
That's
from
cool.
180 horsepower to about 1,000 horsepower.
just a little upgrade.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Alright,
You are living my dream, so congratulations.
thank you. I'll try not to let anyone down.
Ah, you got this. All right, we can start labeling videos a conversation with a real military pilot.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to be flying in yet, or is that after?
I think you go through like a
Training.
selection, don't you?
Yeah, so after primary, so helicopters actually have a like a fast kind of, if you want
Route?
helicopters, yeah, faster route. So you could go to Milton, Florida, which is like 40 minutes away from Pensacola, and you're done in about a year. But most people want airplanes, so you go to the primary, and then it's called racking and stacking, so they get your class order depending on your test and physical and your flying. You put your dream sheet in, which is like your top 3, and then just it goes in descending order from first all the way to last in the class. So it would be fighters for me, maritime, so like the P8, and then TACAMO, which is the E6 Sentry out of Tinker in Oklahoma. And then if that doesn't work out, then helicopters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Flyboy says 3080 Ti graphics are clean. It's actually a 4090 now, but thank you. Those look good. Yeah, everything in the sim is maxed out, and we may have to go around. Is ProPilot one of you guys?
Nope.
If he doesn't go here in the next 20 seconds or so, we're gonna have to go around him.
And Ron jumped out there like Dale for taking
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Have to
Working that tiller.
take
the lead.
a. He's got the new tiller going,
He's
and
got
he's
new
eager to
freedoms.
use it.
I'm sitting here waiting on the boss to go by, and Ron jumps out there.
Yeah, I've got this pro pilot who's he backed out in front of me. Not sure who it is. I was wondering, your description says a 3080 Ti. The description says a 3080 Ti. Really? It should say a 4090 in the hardware list. Which part? I'll have to take a look at the description. There's a wall of text I deal with, so wouldn't surprise me if something was still there.
This airport is busy.
Yeah, there's a ton of airplanes on the ground here. I'm gonna have to remember this.
And in the air.
I love flying in and out of here. I don't do it often. I may have to when 24 rolls around get a scenery for this area because I love the mountains and stuff. Not mountains, the hills.
Southern California is probably my number one drop-in spot in the sim. When I don't have anywhere else to fly, but I want to fly, I'll just come in Southern Cal somewhere, LA, San Diego.
Yeah. Flying up from like SoCal to Northern California is like hopping over that ridge all the time. It's so much fun.
Yep.
Oh, I missed new underneath it. Oh, yeah. It's probably time for me to change that description from new because it's not really new anymore. I've had it for a few months. Have fun flying into my hometown. I'm from San Francisco. Oh, okay. Wait. Sacramento. Sorry, Sacramento. Not San Francisco. Gotta remember where we're going.
That one.
Yeah, I did. Sacramento. Awesome. Nice and clear here today. It's nice and bright. We're on the, I think everyone in here is on the East Coast, so it's nice and dark for us right now. So it's nice to see some sun. Yeah, actually, I flew from Phoenix to Detroit this morning and landed in Detroit, and it was just a 3-mile visibility. Kind of nasty conditions, but it was fun. I'm ready for some snowy, cold, icing weather, especially with the Phoenix now. I think it's, I think we can use it in icing conditions again and actually have icing on. I've got Ron and Eddie. You can both way down here.
I
Now
pulled to the side. I didn't want to go first,
It's all right.
even though I taxied first.
Well, I think Eddie beat you on that.
Well, that's all right. I'm behind him now.
I guess we could have entered there, but we're going on down to the very end here. Pay for the whole runway. We're going to use the whole runway.
The city sitting on the hillside there. That looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right by the water.
The plane
cool.
spotting. Yeah, you get the planes flying in and out. You get the water. I mean,
Mm.
perfect.
Got the city down there.
All right, TARA, landing lights, takeoff lights, runway lights, strobe light on. Nobody is on approach. Let's get out of here.
Go ahead, Ken. We'll pass you anyway.
Yeah, that does seem to happen quite a bit, don't it?
Who's this guy?
Pull over and let you
Going
hit
the wrong
the
way.
passing lane.
Oh, he just disappeared.
Mm.
Maybe he realized his mistake. All right, let's go 50%. A little bit of nose pressure. We are stabilized. Flex. Flex. SRS. Climb nav. Are you on DLSS or TAA? I'm on TLAA with FrimGen. I'm sorry, TLAA. TAA.
Jesus.
I'm trying to take off and talk at the same time. It's not a good idea.
Alright, now I can see everyone. Oh, right.
And there's view one. Let's rotate. Nice and smooth. Positive rate, gear up. Oh man, chasing those crosshairs. There's climb, climb. Some traffic off our nose here. Traffic,
All right, boss,
traffic.
let me know when you're ready for me to go.
You should be good anytime. That was a nice departure. Let them word soup. Flaps can come up. Let's go. It's kind of a boring departure. Straight. So let's go autopilot.
We're rolling.
And runway lights, taxi lights off. Good. Let's start the landing lights up. Otherwise, we are clean. You know, one direction I have never flown in the sim is west of here. I've actually never flown to Hawaii from California or anywhere on the West Coast. I don't have too many flights over an ocean. Maybe 10? Maybe? Like, the whole thing's over an ocean? See if we can get our eyes on anybody out there. Eddie's up. Ron's coming in behind him. Ken is behind me. Oh, there's Ghostbuster. We got Cameron on the ground there. He's gonna try taking that 380 out of there.
I'm gonna try.
Well, this is a cool picture with the city in the background. Well, it was weird how the haze operates with blur. Huh. Come out upon 10,000 feet. And then we got to start talking about flares. Once everybody's on autopilot, we'll start having our discussion here. Come up on 10, and the weather is very bright. There's nobody around. Let's go ahead and get those landing lights retracted to speed us up a little bit. And release passengers. Alright, let's imagine we were cleared to our cruise altitude 360. There's 10,000 feet. Let's speed her up. Good chunk of this early flight is out over the ocean.
And y'all are going to San Francisco?
Sacramento.
That airport code?
Kilo Sierra Mike Foxtrot. What is this island up here? Is there anything on this island we can fly to? Oh, there is. There is an airport on that.
Catalina.
Catalina. Yep.
Yeah, it's like a small little GA airport.
There's also another one off to our left. I don't know if we can really... Yeah, there you go. You can see it. Scenic. It shows how much I know my geography out here. You guys are on it.
I went to college out here.
Ah, okay. There you go. Have you gone to the islands then, I assume?
Never went to Catalina,
Okay.
but everything over to the right, I fully explored.
You didn't need a boat to do that, huh?
Nope.
I've never been to California.
Me either.
Lindsay was there last year, I think it was San Francisco, and it's not in good shape.
No?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend going there. Traffic's horrible. A lot of homeless. Everything's dirty.
Yeah.
Florida.
That could be anywhere today,
Yeah.
truthfully. Furthest west I've been is Las Vegas.
I've been to Vegas.
Couple 3 times. 3 times? 3 times.
I went there for the drone show a couple years ago. That's the only time I've ever been.
No, twice. I've only been there twice.
So I'm going to preemptively make that 9 or 2, so whenever we swap over later, it's not an abrupt altitude change. Alright, I'm at cruise. Not cruise. Standard.
Oh.
True, I'm tired. Cruise, jeez. Basically, cruising, I guess. Don't have anything else to do until we start descending.
What altitude are you cruising at?
360. It's amazing to me how many miles it takes to get to cruise altitude. And how few it takes to get back down. Just the enormous amount of energy required to get 180 people up in the air.
You doing, Eddie? Trying to sneak under me?
I'm having autopilot problems all over the place.
Likely excuse.
Yeah, look like some of that Top Gun stuff to me.
Yeah, it all went wrong suddenly.
Alright, so topic of tonight is flares. I do have a video on landing techniques, but that's more for GA stuff. I'd always intended to make one over the Airbus and the 737, but never got around to it. So for the Fenix aircraft, they've put a great deal of time and effort into changing the models to be based on the actual airframe itself. So the 319, I think we've all discovered, if you are not careful on that flare, it'll slam into the ground because it requires a lot of flare. The 320 is in really good shape right now, in my opinion. And then the 321, it feels like what the 320 used to feel like for me, where it was a very, like, you barely touched the elevator and it suddenly is floating down the entire runway. So I did a little research earlier this morning when I was at cruise, heading to Detroit and working on some other stuff. And someone mentioned cutting flaps at 40 degrees and then post a little snippet of them doing it. And I noticed that they were sitting right around 40 miles per hour, and then their angle of attack is right around 5 degrees. Now, they were in the A320 when they did this, so I tried to emulate that with the 321, and I noticed that I managed to get around 3.5 before it started to float. 3.5, 4 degrees. So we're going to try 3 degrees or so this time and see how it feels. But it did end up in a pretty good landing rate. I had to keep bringing the nose up I think I ultimately touched down at 6 degrees, so I don't know what the maximum touchdown angle is. We can look it up real quick. 321 max landing angle. 9.5 degrees is the max. So we still had a little bit of wiggle room there, but definitely wasn't ideal. So what is the ideal landing angle? According to Google. 321 pitch angle for normal landing with full configuration is usually around 2 to 2.5 in real life. Okay. So it's really shallow. I don't know about you guys, but I'm used to, you know, a 152 or something. It's like you can't even see over the dash. The nose is pointing up so high in that thing sometimes. So it's really strange. And then a 737 is the same way. I feel like I'm really having to keep the nose up to get a good flare. It says full for A320 is 5 to 6 degrees. So, okay. So that is similar to what I saw earlier. These are from some, this is an Aerosoft forum. Flare angles. Infinite flight. Does anybody play Infinite Flight on your mobile device?
Nope.
I don't know if I've played it more than once or twice, and then I played it again at the Flight Sim Expo, because this developer essentially made an Xbox controller that connects to your iPad or whatever and works with Infinite Flight, but it has some nice little instead of your Xbox controller that will center itself, the joysticks would stay in the position they're at if you wanted them to, so you could have like a throttle, flap settings, things like that. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, kind of fun to just to be a big nerd, fly the airplane on the route that you're currently taking in a real airplane. So what are your all's thoughts?
On what?
On the
Flares.
flare?
It would
On
be
flares.
nice right now.
What? What'd you say, Ken?
We got mighty quiet.
I just think you just run your gears into the ground and hope for the best.
The big thing on flares is really, for me, really active stick yoke movements. They might be micro or really small, but they increase in number. Like that Telluride landing when I stuck that 321 in there the other night, and you were like, "That's smooth." I was going crazy, you know, to keep it smooth and on center line. The movements were just, you know, there were a lot of movements. So I think that's key and shouldn't be overlooked.
See, it's interesting that you'll probably also get the counter to that, where people saying you're over controlling them. I tend to be in between. It depends on the weather.
I would say it's an art.
Yes, yeah, I would agree.
Well, one thing missing here is you don't have that seat of the pants feel with this airplane like you do the real airplane too. I think
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
the key and helps. Yeah, so.
Yeah, if I had the bunny for a full size simulator, you know, it'd be kind of nice. But
Yeah, I'd be right over.
where's Dev? Dev.
I know what we must do. Runway.
So now the 321, where it's so much heavier, has a lot more energy too. So it was going to naturally want to float more because of the amount of energy it's got to bleed off to, you know, lose speed. So when I tried cutting the throttle at 40, the 40-foot call out, it actually helped a lot. And Eddie, to your point, where I changed the springs and the cams to my joystick here, it did help a lot with those micro movements and not feeling like I was just bogged down or like it was too much to move. And
Yeah, those movements are like the icing on the cake after you're established on a nice stable approach and everything else is right. If you're not established, then everything's out the window.
yeah.
Yeah, that's key. Is that's a stable approach.
Yeah, lately the weather's been so calm, and Phoenix recommends using low for turbulence. And they base that off of some real world pilot suggestion, I think, but so you don't really get beat up too much with the low turbulence unless the wind is really kicking. But there's been some landings where I won't have to touch it until I'm 100 feet off the ground. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. But I have noticed that if you leave it on realistic, or what the sim calls realistic, it is insane how much effort it takes to keep the thing on the glide slope.
Yeah.
And just in particular, the A320. What's everybody's favorite plane to land? I know what mine is. You guys are probably tell me too.
As far as airliners go,
Yep.
737, 800.
That one does land.
Phoenix A320.
See, I was not a fan of the Fenix A320 for a while there, up until recently when they've changed a couple things and I changed a couple things. So I think it's great now. That 737 Max 8 from iFly, that has the best landing physics that I've experienced so far.
But in my opinion, since the last PMDG update, it's gotten much better in that area.
I haven't flown it since that last update, except for maybe once, I think. So I need to try it again. Because I remember testing up...
I do like the iFly now. I do like the Max 8 too.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. But I think their flight model runs outside the sim, like Fenix and A2A do. Speaking of the sim, we are, what, 9 days? 8 days? 9 days?
9 days away?
9 days away?
Oh boy.
I bought mine today.
Yeah, I got mine bought. Gonna be a mad dash to get that thing installed.
Oh boy.
We may or may not fly Tuesday night. But I imagine their servers are going to be destroyed.
Well, a couple of days after that, I'm off to Buffalo for a wedding, so I won't be back
Oh yeah.
until Sunday the 24th, probably late in the day. I don't even know if I'll make the Sunday night flight. We'll have to see. It depends what time we leave.
See, I'll be on bed rest because I'll have that procedure that Friday.
Oh,
I won't be allowed to do much physically for a week.
Friday the 22nd?
Yep. So I'm going to be
Okay.
healing up from that and probably on the sim quite a bit.
Yeah.
And does it launch with a 320? Let me look at the launch airplanes. SFS 2024 airplanes. Let's see here, aircraft lineup. Now we've got 160 miles to top descent, so not too far. So it ships with... Oh, it's got an A330 for mini builds? That's in the base. Oh wow, okay. What else we got for big planes? A320. Oh, it's gonna come with the A320 from Asoba and any build, so we may be in the A320 from any builds initially. Until Phoenix gets everything sorted out.
I think I'm going to be in the Dreamliner a lot.
Do you know if they've upgraded
What happens with
the
our
Dreamliner? What's that?
What do you
There
say,
you go.
Ken?
Oh, no, I was just asking about our PMDGs and the iFly Max. How does it get moved over to the new sim?
I don't know yet. I don't know how that's going to work. It'll depend on the developers mostly, you know. If it's on the marketplace, I think it's going to be pretty quick, but because the developers who have marketplace airplanes are being given access to the sim right now. So like Fenix, for example, they don't have access to the new sim, despite being one of the top airliner manufacturers. So airplanes that we would fly. You got the Dreamliner 10, the 787-10. I'm not expecting there to be huge updates in these airplanes, but I may be surprised too. Who knows? They're keeping the 152, so hopefully we will get a new 152 from the WB Sim, JP Logistics. The Cirrus jet, which is from is it Flight FX, is part of the standard sim now, so that's cool.
I can't wait for the Pilatus PC-24.
Oh yeah, that is on here, isn't it? Where's it at?
Yeah, Premium Deluxe.
Premium Deluxe. Yes, that'll be cool.
How much is the Premium Deluxe?
120.
And what's the one below that?
90. Just the Deluxe. I'd go ahead and get the Premium Deluxe.
Yeah.
That way you get the Pilatus and then the Longitude and the Dreamliner. There's 3 planes you'll definitely want to fly.
Looks like there's a good helicopter in there too. Top
And,
left.
oh, yes,
I heard
Airbus.
that they're pushing the launch date back.
What?
Where'd you hear that from? I haven't heard that yet.
Is this breaking news?
It was Google. I don't know how breaking news it'll be.
I haven't heard that yet. So yeah, we've got the 8330 from any build, so that should be a pretty good model. That'd be awesome to have the 330 right off the bat from any builds. That way we got us a longer range aircraft. Now they have announced that they're planning on having the 350 released in 2024, not Microsoft 2024, the year 24. The only problem is they're not releasing it for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So you have to get the new sim. And there's also a 321 long range. It looks like the any build is 310. Cirrus jet. So we got our TBM 930. That's the same one we've already got. We got our Beaver back. We can do our get our water flying in. We got a Hart Aerospace ES30. I don't know what that is. I've never even seen that before, but it looks like a little island hopper or something. Some fun little aerobatic airplanes. The Pilatus PC-12 is on here also. I don't know who that one's from. Anything else? The Robinson R66. I wonder if that's from the one who makes it now. Who is that? I'm trying to think of the name. They make a very good version of that thing. So yeah, 2025 is going to be an interesting year with getting all these mods pushed over to the new version of the sim. I imagine we're going to get nickeled and dimed for a little while though, which is understandable. Oh, Ken, your Cessna 404 is in the deluxe version.
About 414?
Oh yeah, you like the 414. Yeah, they have a Cessna 404 Titan. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, that might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The new Cessna Sky Courier is in it as well. Under Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
And Corvallis 400. That's nice.
I imagine we're going to do a lot of bush flying in this new version.
Yeah.
The scenery just looks amazing from what I've seen so far.
I think we could take the Airbus 400 into some bush.
Hey, you don't need too far to land if you lawn dart it.
Oh.
You're just not going to get off the ground too easily.
Nah.
If at all.
Now, I will be curious if we all are doing a bush flight and we land on a beach and they've got the tire deformation in the sand. I wonder if we can see each other's tracks. That'd be kind of cool.
Watch.
I'm gonna say yes.
I would hope so.
I haven't seen much of the YouTube side of 2024.
Yeah, I didn't get the opportunity to say, hey, I've got a YouTube channel, give me access, because I was going through all that crap.
Wonder how well it'll run now with my new computer settings and everything.
I'm curious to see what everyone's current hardware will do before people start
I
upgrading.
upgraded my stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I already have a maxed out system for the most part. I got a previous generation processor, but I'd be curious to see. It's like, is it worth getting the current generation, or waiting another year or two? Well, it's always worth waiting, but at some point you got to buy. But I'll probably do a motherboard CPU upgrade end of next year at the earliest, unless there is some dramatic difference in the performance.
Yeah, because I have the I'll get you the details on who it's by, but I have the Tomahawk missile 650 motherboard.
No.
The guy who was talking about missiles.
I was confused for a second there. I was like, he's got a what? Hey, Cameron, buddy, good pal. How are you today? Let's just push that Tomahawk over here out of the way. So let's go ahead. And I have no idea what motherboard I actually have these days, because it's been a while since I bought it.
Yep.
I think it's a Asus Tough, I think. Let's go ahead and get this approach information in real quick. June
I got the Ryzen
98.
7800X.
7800.
Yeah.
I still don't know how those compare too well with Intel. I need to like get a little comparison list. Wins 175. 'Cause I have never owned an AMD processor. Approach is 17 left. Let's grab that information for the minimums. 227. Right at sea level. And 227. I'm sorry. 17 left is 8605. So I'm sure that'll be a low on the auto brake. Refresh, apply. Landing weight, what did our OFP give us so we don't have to do math? I'm not too concerned about this runway. Landing weight is 150,806. Low, yep, low will be just fine. And that is with no reversers, max reversers. Flaps full. We'll keep it at a flat full landing. want to get that figured out before I start using flap 3 landings, but this is a long enough runway for a flap 3. Nice pretty sunset in these little clouds, little puffy clouds.
Like cotton candy, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Hey, stop talking about food, making me hungry. 17 left. We're gonna want to take there's a high-speed turn-off, Delta 9 would be the first one we'd probably take. And we'll hit Terminal A right there. Just take a right. 2 rights on a left. It's actually a really small airport. Hey, they've got Ron parking. Look at the chart. They're parking just for Ron.
I saw that before, but it's everywhere.
This is
It's
Ron's
everywhere.
airport.
Anywhere I want.
Mr. VIP over here. We even
Yeah.
got room for Eddie's Ron.
What does that mean? What does that mean? RON parking.
I don't know. Ramp.
Remain overnight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you ruined it.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It's like if your airline flies like a couple planes in, but they aren't needed for the next day.
Uh-huh.
Them in that parking area so they can
Cool.
fit other planes in.
Oh, because it's such a small airport. That makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of small, huh? For the capital of California, right? Sacramento.
Hey, you know what? Louisville has a very small terminal there for aircraft. I wonder if they have a Ron's parking.
Hmm.
Take a look. Because they're mainly the UPS and FedEx. So if we go take a look at their chart real quick, I wonder if they've got airport information. Where is the... Here we go. I do not see Ron parking there. That's interesting because if we look at their terminal, it's really small.
Huh.
That's it right there.
I'm not going there then.
Yeah, no, it's not on level.
All right.
No.
Not welcoming.
A bunch of jerks.
No Ron parking.
I'll drive my car to Sacramento and say, well, this says Ron parking. This is mine. I can park wherever I want. Just showing my license.
Look, it says it right here. This is for me.
Yeah. Well, it does say Ronald on my license, though.
I mean, those charts only have so much space, so you got to make sure you can fit you got to fit the other important information too. You aren't the only thing on there. You know. Yes, it's very important that it's clearly identified where you park, but you know, there's other people too. You're not that selfish of a person.
That's true.
I have what, about 65 miles until descent here.
Forgot about that. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead and get your performance metrics in. Make your airplane nice and happy.
I'm behind you guys, so. Yeah, top of descent coming up.
Kyle, if I would have known you were going to be here flying with us this weekend, we could have gotten some more flights in.
Yeah, it was kind of like a last minute kind of download. I didn't even tell my friends till yesterday.
Oh.
It was very last minute. But I thought about it. I saw your flight this morning. So I just picked up the PMD G-900
Oh, okay.
and I need to learn some liveries on that one because that's not working for me.
You say you need to learn some liveries? Is that what you said?
Like, yeah, I guess how to because I have them in the ops center, but they're not showing up in the sim.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know
kind.
if it's something.
It's a very goofy way you have to install them. You have to do it through the ops center, like you said, but we can take a look at it.
Alright.
So what? You go back Monday night, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so this is going to put us on a downwind. Joe Bud. Does not have an altitude. It's calling for 1900 at Derby, though. It's pretty close by, so we're gonna go ahead and go down to 1900. Altitude there, and I've got about a little less than 40 miles to go. Ron's getting ready, his stream ready. I heard that.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh, you got? You need me to look at something?
Yeah. Let's see. I did put this on the arc. And now I'm trying to... The end of my flight plan looks very strange. If I can get there. See
Okay,
it?
so it's because if you look at the chart, Ovom.
Yeah, I did look at it. Yeah.
So I would at Ovom do. So you got the Ovom is not your airport. You should
It's
have
right
your.
here. It's right there.
Yeah, yeah. You've got a circle around Ovom there. It should be around KSMF instead. It looks like your 5-mile radius circle or something.
That's a 10. The blue one is 10.
Oh, okay. Well, either way. Sorry, I'm dragging the stream over. Make sure I don't miss something on my end. What
And-
you probably should do is go into heading mode at Ovom and go direct. Stay on the heading that's opposite of 168. So what is that? 48 or 338,
Okay.
and keep going north basically, and then do a manual right turn to that first waypoint there, all the way at the north, and then do it direct to that, and that'll help you get back on track.
The FAPN?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that way you're not doing that crazy turn right there.
Yeah, because that's going to be a problem. I think. And what
It may
does
not be,
mean?
but
What does it mean when there is a circle around the waypoint? Some of them have it, some of them don't.
I think as a restriction is noted.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't put the constraints on. I will do that. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
It's definitely gonna be dark when we land.
Mm.
That would be too bad though.
33 miles to top of descent.
Yeah. Wait, what? Really?
33 miles to top of descent for me. That's what it says.
Oh, sorry. I read the rings wrong.
I'm at 38,000 feet, so.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Oh, we got the Big Dipper right off of our window here. Look at that. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Oh, wow. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that in the sim.
Yeah, all the constellations are correct. I've never just had it pop up in front of me like that before, though.
Yeah.
I mean, normally
Like
I
right
look
in
for
front
it.
of
Yeah, normally I'm
Yeah.
like looking for it, but that thing is like huge.
Can't miss it.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and push the descend button. Get ahead of that by a few miles.
Are we coming up on the approach? Oh, yes,
On
we
the
are.
approach.
Well, the
On the
approach approach phase. It's like
Arrival.
the arrival. Okay, yeah. When it changes from like purple to green, that's the arrival.
And Navigraph, yes.
Yeah, Navigraph. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your arrival.
Okay.
Alright, I'm coming downhill.
You must not be too far behind me. Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, where I am exactly is 30
Eddie's-
miles from Kayla.
Eddie, you've been over there in the mountains the entire time, haven't you?
Yeah, I tend to go on tour, visit old haunts when we're out here in the west.
Did you call it Lord Farquaad?
There's a Lord Farquaad behind you
it's
to your right.
So that.
Well, Shrek can't be too far behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie train. I always like reading people's names. Boston David. I don't. This guy smashed his face on the keyboard. Magier larvae.
Names are funny.
It makes you wonder where things came from. I know Ken's is what Xbox gave him.
Yeah.
So that Magier or larvae is, or larva is probably the same thing.
So I wound up with that because I got mine through the store.
Yes. Well, no, it's based off your Xbox account.
Okay.
Like
Should
you
be
could
able to change
change it
that.
if you wanted to.
I think I did change it. I had a different one, and then I changed
I'd be
it.
glad to if somebody showed me how.
I'll log into whatever your account's through.
Yeah, it's not very
I
hard.
think they let you change it once.
For free. I think you can change it once a year for free.
Once for free, yeah. I'm like, what difference does that make? Jeez.
It's a way for them to make money off kids who can't stand having the same
Oh.
thing for more than 5 seconds.
That's true.
Oh, it's only $10 for us to do absolutely nothing, but the server has
Yeah.
to do some work.
Yeah. Cost us a little electricity.
Sheesh. Like it's like a percent of a percent of a percent of a percent of a penny in electricity to change your name, but
We're gonna charge you $10.
$10. Imagine how many millions of dollars they make a year for that.
Oh,
though,
I know.
You know?
Okay, top of descent. Here I come.
I'm ready to eat some food after we land. Eddie, I'm gonna need your address for
Crab Fest.
Crab Fest next year.
So that's next year?
He said it's yearly,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
Hey,
first
you
week of
better- you better
November.
Be careful that you get that out up to, okay?
what's that, Ken?
Dude,
I just told Eddie, you better be careful who he gives his address to in this bunch.
hey, if somebody's brave enough to show up, more power to them.
Oh, you just solidified my decision. Let's go. Give me that address.
Gauntlets thrown.
Yeah.
We're gonna show up together.
Could you imagine a bunch of nerds showing up to your house?
Oh,
at least
man.
you could talk about simulator stuff comfortably now.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
have some crab legs?
All right, Ken. I'll swing by, pick you up, and then we'll go up to Eddie's.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just pick me up on the way there.
That party.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Eddie will forever regret that.
Well,
Nope.
I tried when I went on
Nope.
vacation earlier this year. I tried to swing by and have lunch with Ken, but we couldn't make it work out, unfortunately.
Too bad.
That
You
happened.
didn't try real hard. I was here all day.
Hey, I was the
funny.
one. I was the one that had been driving for 8 hours, and all you had to do was drive an hour.
I would have drove. What was I doing? I would have drove. Shoot,
You had
We was talking about Montgomery, wasn't we? Yeah.
He was trying to meet up in Montgomery, and you had something come up last minute.
That'd be out like an hour and a half for me. That would be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I drive an hour and a half to work every day, so.
So I'm sure y'all be doing that next year. Just let me know.
Yep. Probably. I wouldn't be opposed to going back to the same place we got last year. That place was pretty nice.
I've done a lot of that traveling, trying to meet up with people around the country, and it's tough. You know, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Even though you want to,
Yeah.
when you're popping in like that, it can be tough.
Well, I had a buddy who worked for AT&T, and I was down in Florida doing a job in Ocala. And he was living down in that area. So we would meet up over at Daytona Beach sometimes when I was in town. Because it's like an hour drive from Ocala to get to Daytona.
Yeah, that's not too far. I
So,
did
yeah, we
that
could-
when I was down there. I actually lived in Ocala for like 3 weeks in a hotel.
Oh, yeah, I lived in Ocala for about 12 weeks total.
It was in my in-laws' house in the Villages. But I had to
When was that?
vacate. I had to vacate the house. That was in the winter of '22. They were doing an estate sale. They had to put on a roof. They had to paint it, and I was there managing all the junk.
What's the interstate that goes through there? 70?
75, I think.
75?
Yeah.
Do you remember
right
seeing...
next to the
remember se-
highway?
You remember seeing a FedEx facility off of 75?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's what I helped with.
I drove around there quite a bit because I went golfing at the Ocala Golf Club. Big surprise. There was
They have some rod
PGA
parking?
tournament. Yeah, there was a PGA tournament in Ocala. It was like the second tier guys. They didn't even charge you to get in. Didn't charge you to park. It was just. It was interesting. It was fun. I mean, and I was just killing time until I could leave. Yeah,
So Ron, I'm curious. How do they park the cars in Florida?
on the grass.
In the sand.
So they don't park the cars down in Florida.
No.
The
Yeah,
club
it was,
at Ocala. Well, the golf course you were talking about is right next to that FedEx facility.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah, I went there. I'd probably golf there. I don't know.
well, hang on. It's the golf club at Ocala Preserve. Is that the same one or is that different?
I don't know. This one, this was right near, I think, Silver Spring, which is like a.
Ocean Palms Golf and Country Club,
I think it was just the.
Golden Hills,
Silver Spring
Ocala
still
National
have the
Golf
glass
Club.
motorboats?
Correct. That's exactly where I was.
Okay.
National.
Used to be a nice little GA airport right across the street from there.
And there, you must have seen Sea Hunt on TV. You'd be the only one, Ken.
I did see that, and I've been to Silver Spring too.
And that's where they filmed some of it.
Yeah.
The water's very clear. Yeah, there's
Ken?
a lot of critters in there, though.
Yeah.
Alligators, snakes, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's always fun having to skirt around the crocodiles or alligators or whichever one they are whenever you're golfing.
I was walking on the path. There was a big black snake walking right next to me. I'll have to post. I'll
Wait a
post
minute,
some
Ron,
pictures.
the snake was walking next to you?
Yeah, how many legs I have?
Slytherin.
He said, the snake was walking right next to me.
Yeah. Well, I was walking next to it. Let's put it that way. Hey, I'm not used to seeing wild animals when I go
Critters.
anywhere.
You don't want to come see me then.
Oh, it's all
You
right.
said it, not us.
I'm saying I got some critters I can show you.
Well, I don't mind as long as I know they're coming.
Kid shows up in a white work van. Like, I got some
The thing
critters.
about critters.
Let's see. That must have been in like.
I don't know what's scary. The ones in the back of the van or the one driving it. So if you go to the opposite direction of Daytona Beach, you got the Cedar Key area, which is an old fishing village, and
Oh, man.
Ken and I have both been there.
Yeah.
They got some good food, very good food.
And it keeps getting tore up, you know, with these hurricanes.
Yeah, it does. You can see it really well when you're flying down towards Tampa in the sim.
And Knoxville Airport there we can fly into in the sim too.
Yep.
I also visited the World Golf Hall of Fame in St. Augustine, close to there.
So what's your handicap, Ron? I've never asked that.
My handicap is 30.
Really?
I need 30 strokes. I usually hit around 100.
What's your what's your best game?
83.
83. Okay. I was in the 80s when I played golf in high school, and now I'm like 180. So
Oh,
I lost all that skill.
yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I normally, if I were to go play today, I'd probably shoot about 130, 120, 130.
Oh.
Telling y'all one night we ought to take a WGT trip.
I know.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's so realistic too. You won't believe it. You never looked at it.
It's just the screenshots you guys have sent me, really.
Yeah, I think I just posted something, but I think it got in the schedule by mistake. But if you want to look at the snake that was nearby,
Daggone, it does have legs.
Oh yeah, look at there.
Yeah.
About 14 feet long too.
that's
a big one.
That's pretty big. And there's a sidewalk right next to it.
Yeah, my dad and I went on a trip to Myrtle Beach to go play all those courses. It was a golf trip. And it was like right before COVID happened. So I could probably find the picture pretty easy just based on the dates. But yeah, there was an alligator, like the hole was out on this little island and one little walkway to get to it. And you had to walk past this 14-foot long alligator that's just sitting there,
geez.
and he would eyeball you as you walk by. You're like, like, I don't know.
Lips too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of alligators on the golf course. Truthfully.
Let's see
I look
here.
out and go up and stand up and run.
Yeah.
They can go pretty good.
Yes. There's an alligator at Silver Spring. I have a picture of it, but he's very well camouflaged. And there were people riding kayaks in there, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Here we go. I just found the trip. Let me see if I can find that picture. Yep. Let me go. Discord. I'll just stick it over here in the schedule channel too. And then I need to probably start flying my airplane again.
Yeah. Is the glass bottom boat.
Seatbelts.
Oh wow, that is a big alligator.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. That was a nice winter of 22. January, I think I left January like 17th in a snow squall that ended when I got to Providence, Rhode Island, which is like, took me about an hour to get to. And then I headed back home on April, like 3rd or 4th. Took me a couple of days to get home.
You guys go wondering what we're talking about. Here's the alligator. We're on Snake with his legs.
Yeah,
On a glass bottom boat.
yeah,
Those are pretty cool.
yeah. I was looking for things to do. I was there by myself, bored out of my mind. I said I think by that time everything was pretty much done at the house, and I just was marking time till I went home. 8 hours to Myrtle Beach. Stayed overnight with my friend, and then a former coworker lived in Durham. He let me stay one night in North Carolina, so I went from Myrtle Beach to Durham, and then I went all the way from Durham home in 13 hours. Oof,
Oof.
it's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, my hands were cramped around the steering wheel by the time I got home. I had to drive through Washington, D.C. in the city. Route 95 had been closed for a fatal accident. And and you know when you're following your GPS, it just tries, you go off track and it just keeps trying to send you
Recalculating.
back. Yeah, but it tries to send you back on the highway, and it's like, well, I can't go that way, so I just kept driving in the general direction that I thought I had to go. I spent an hour. Yeah, I spent an hour in Washington, D.C. that I didn't need to, but...
I've got a really funny story about going to Canada one time about getting the GPS all screwed up.
Oh, no.
So, you remember when all those truckers were shutting down the bridge in Canada?
Yeah.
To and from Canada? So, it was during that time period. So, we went through Detroit to go to Canada, and it was... went through there, no problem, got to the other side, got through customs, and it was just following the GPS. Like, I had the address in for the it was in London we were heading, and next thing I know, you're on this like 1-lane street going through the tunnel again to go back to the United States. I was like, what? Like, there was no signs, no nothing. It was like, what just happened? And the GPS tried to take us back across to the United States and then go all the way up north, then cut back over.
No.
It was like, oh my goodness. So then the U.S. Customs gave me the nth degree, was tearing my truck apart. They're like, what are you doing back here so fast? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, seriously, look, I just followed the GPS, the bridge being closed, messed everything up. And then they like went and looked it up and then just started laughing at me. I'm like, jeez, jerks. And then went back to Canada. And the first time, I didn't have any hassle. The second time I came through, they gave me a required COVID test that I had to submit to their government. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
So I had to mail a COVID test to them the day before I left, which wouldn't get tested until after I was been home for a week. It was the weirdest thing.
Oh, welcome to Canada.
Yeah. I was like, oh geez. It was just one of those things. By the time you realize that something was not right, it was too late to fix the problem. All right, well, I am getting pretty close here. I'm about to be on the downwind. It's pretty cool.
14 miles from Nugget.
Nugget. I am 5 miles from Nugget.
Nugget.
Can I change the heading without clicking the button to follow it?
If you start turning the dial on the heading, it will not automatically go to that direction. But
Okay.
after a certain period of time, I think it goes back to the dashes and the green dot
All
to
right.
manage mode.
Too early. Okay, that's fine. It's not that far from the heading it's on.
Yeah. Well, whenever you go to manual heading, it should automatically be the heading you're currently on.
Okay.
See the airport. I'm just coming at it from the wrong direction at the moment. Winds 170 at 6. Altimeter still 2998. I've got me a chicken casserole waiting for me.
Ooh, boy.
Chicken bacon casserole.
Hey, Michael, you'd be pretty good to have around the house.
I can't cook very good.
You said you can't?
I can.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I-
I've you many times making me hungry.
I'm normally the one
Yeah.
who gets stuck cooking at family gatherings, all this stuff. Anything that goes on a grill, I'm definitely the one cooking it.
I was thinking, say, you know you're good on the grill.
I'll happily cook all day long as somebody wants to clean up for me. I hate cleaning. Well, there's where we'll be shortly. It's actually a nice approach. We'll be there in one piece or many, one of the two.
What'd you say, Eddie, you hope?
What's that?
That was me.
Oh, Ron, okay. We hope we'll be there safely,
Mm-hmm.
shortly.
Getting close to being on downwind here. Got one more little dog leg turn here.
It's so much easier just to drop down here and grab one of these north runways.
Right?
Mm.
I mean, we probably could have with a tailwind of 6 knots. Wouldn't have been out of the question. Is this a solar field or a lake? The lake, okay.
Oh.
Or a pond. A very large pond. It's just the way it's shaped. People have, like, built up around it, I guess. It looked almost too
Yeah.
symmetrical for a natural pond. But they've got such a water problem out here. You know, they probably made it. Well, this area may not have. There's a lot of little lakes and stuff out here.
No, they
Cool.
really. This was the original area in California that got engineered for water resources
Gotcha.
by Chinese labor. I
Wow.
don't think they were slave labor, but you know, I'm sure they were hired. But they're the ones that did it, and it started in this area, 1800s, something like that, early 1900s.
Wasn't there a giant lake in California that, or like more like a wetlands, I guess?
Lake Tulare.
Yeah, I
down
think that's what it was
south by
called.
Bakersfield.
Dang, this thing took a hard turn there. Alright, I'm on the downwind. Once this thing settles out, we'll go into manual. Heading mode, and then get it turned around here shortly. I don't know why that had to be such a hard banking. There we go, manual mode, manual heading. Let's go ahead and do flaps 1. And let's go to 180. We are expecting ILS 17 left. That's what I'm seeing, so that's good.
What's your airspeed, Michael?
180 indicated.
Can you slow it up a run over you?
I did that a little bit past the airport.
I'm coming up off that angle to turn for the actual straight downwind.
Gotcha. Keeping on heading up 350 there.
Coming down through 190 knots now, so we're good.
Yeah, go flaps 2. And let's do a right turn for 80 degrees. Zero 80. What's going on, Virtual Aviation? How are you?
2,500.
Lights are all down. 2,500. Alright, we are heading to Derby. Landing systems can come on. Low ignition and the speed brakes. Alright, let's do a little adjustment. Let's go to 085. And let's go ahead and put it into approach mode. We'll do a right turn on a heading of 138. Let's call it 140. The joint localizer. Oh, it just captured. Okay, cool. It's gonna do it on its own. Beautiful. The Fenix, I don't know how realistic it is. It captures really well on the ILS. I've never had much of an issue with their ILS capture approach. All right, final approach fix is a levy. So coming up on that real quick. Alright, well, remember we're looking for 2.5 to 3 degrees on the flare. And we're going to try pulling the power around 40 feet call out. Still into 160. I'm on final for 17 left.
Okay,
Negative
I'm still
134.
downwind. That's good.
Virtual Aviation's called out negative 134. Anybody else got a guess? Gear down. Let's go flaps 3. Glide slopes captured. And flaps 4. Let's go manage speed mode. Glide slopes captured. Go around is 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet is entered. It's a left turn after a very slight left turn. Gear down, signs on, cabin ready, spoilers arm, flaps full, ignition, running lights. Ready to go.
All right, I'm turning inbound.
I should be able to see you. I'll be behind me now. Got there. You and Ron are on top of each other. Eddie is right behind me. Eddie, I got it indicated about 143.
I got 135 on 3 miles behind you.
I'm up on 1,000 feet. Autopilot off.
500. Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
100. $50, $40, $30.
Hey, Ron, you got in front of the macro.
Really? Because I went further out
That was a little firmer.
and then did it, and then did a turn.
Look, you're coming in from the south.
No, I went north and then turned in at like Verona.
Ah, we're gonna miss that.
I think I've got the approach is on this time because this is an ILS, so it's. I think it. Well, I don't know. Has it captured it?
And I made it extended my downwind further.
I don't know.
I'm rolling to the end. I missed that turn off.
Seems to be on the line. Going down. Flaps are out.
Thank you,
Gears
sir.
down.
Not sure if it was 134. It was a firmer landing than I was expecting. Probably 234.
I just come through somebody. I don't know who that was.
That was me. You just went through me.
Ah, I paid you back, huh?
It's right.
Gotcha.
Flaps up. Speed
I
brake
did get a
retracted.
traffic warning, but I don't have it on that.
These guys are. There's Eddie landing right behind me.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you right in front of me. That means I'm lined up good.
You know,
Well, I'll be like the blind leading the blind, though, you know. You can't trust me, Ron.
wait a minute,
Yes,
you guys
I
got
can.
you guys got different runways than us.
No, he was right in front of me.
I got 17 left.
I think that's what I'm heading to. 17 left.
You're going to the.
Oh no, I'm right. I'm at 17 right. Oh, I did have the wrong one. That's right. We both made the same mistake. I don't know. Is that what my flight plan said?
No, I had 17 right.
Oh yeah, so did mine. My flight plan said 17 right.
All right, smart cars gave me negative 349. Yeah, I knew that was a little firm. I was a little too soft. I had a negative 95 earlier with that flare that was too much, and then that time I didn't flare enough. It's so strange in this airplane.
Oh yeah, I pulled up the chart for 17 left. No wonder it looked weird.
There's some of that Ron parking.
Okay, here I come.
I'm about to go look back at that, see what angle we were at, and see what I need to adjust. But I've got some food to go eat, so
Get up, get up. Get up, 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 up.
got it, Ron. I'm watching you right now. Woo! Up and down, up and down. About to lose you behind the building. All right.
There you go.
Appreciate everybody joining tonight. Virtual Aviation, sorry, we didn't get quite the landing rate you anticipated there, but sometimes we get those less than ideal landing rates. Although it was a good landing. It was a very good landing. It was on center line and planted nicely. You know, no bounce, none of that, so can't complain too much. But anyways, guys, we will be back on Thursday with our GA. crew. We'll just stick it right here. It's not really a good parking line. Alright, master available, so we can go ahead and turn the engines off. Mission off. And, I think there's a couple people who want to push a flight plan for us. It might be Pax who wins for the week, though, so we'll see what he's got in store for us. I think it is near, was it Telluride or Aspen? But anyways, that general Colorado area, so we should have a pretty good time in checking out those small airports in a smaller airplane. So I'm gonna go catch some or get some food, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.